These all look like buttons.
As you go along, if you see something that's kind of confusing or like doesn't look like it makes sense immediately what it is or what it's supposed to
So I'm
be.
guessing somehow I clicked on this guy. I don't know exactly because he doesn't highlight like the rest of them do.
Oh,
So I'm either clicked on him already or that's weird. These could be buttons that might bring up more detail on them. I don't know. Uh, I'm guessing those are buttons. These are things I can interact with. um, okay. Okay. So I guess each of these is a different um, page, not just kind of like a tab that switches over. Um, so you don't want me clicking on any of these things?
no, just for now. On the next part, we'll actually have to click on things and play around a little bit more. But just now, just try to identify different controls and buttons, and maybe if you have an idea of what it does or what it's for, you can say that too. But
Um, okay. Oops. That was my bad.
it's okay. Okay, so
Alright.
do you think you have identified all the different buttons?
I think so.
Okay, so now you can go ahead and kind of like click on different controls, and like if you see anything that like looks out of place or you think it would be better done a different way, right? Just like say that, or go ahead and tell me what you think that is.
Okay.
Any of the controls that could be better labeled, or if there's more helpful instructions or something that's not immediately apparent what it's supposed to do.
Um, I'll put more of a simplified version of. Not sure what that. So I guess this is. Okay. If I wanted to add or subtract these, I'd have to do it through these sliders. Okay. I almost wonder if you should just have an individual slider per each one instead of having them all come up all at once.
Yeah, yeah, I could see that too.
Oh, okay. Um, Also, if you do keep it this way, maybe label them instead of just the color.
Yeah. Do you know what the CP and SP and EP means?
I know what the SP is. I'm pretty sure that's spell points. I think this is gold pieces. I think I don't remember what these are. That could be because I haven't played very much D&D, but simplified version, which we didn't have all the same level of detail. Um, Equipment. Let's see what I have. So,
When you played D&D before, did you use a website or did you use like paper and pencil?
I
Or
just use paper and pencil
do
for
you
the most
prefer
part.
that way? Or do you feel like you maybe use, if you played again, you might
Uh,
find utility in a website? Or
I mean, website would make it easier in some ways. Um, One thing that uh, I feel like one of the biggest reasons why we didn't do the full on D&D is because um, we were kind of making up a lot of the stuff as we went. Not just the story and stuff, but like actually the rules of how the things worked.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of people, maybe not a lot of people, but at least some people do create their own type of worlds and stuff that don't necessarily follow the exact rules of D&D. Um, so I don't know how that would affect like having a website rather than being able to write down just random stuff on a piece of paper. Not, I don't actually know.
Okay.
Um,
Can you see any improvements that would be good to make?
what is update? Okay. Maybe the word update could be changed to change.
Okay.
An update to me feels like I'm refreshing something. Like, oh, I'm going to refresh my appearance instead of change my appearance.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe that wording would be okay. Not sure what this box is. Okay, that's what the box is for. Wonder if you might have it default to like be on appearance or something when you first load this thing up.
Yeah.
If like come into character, have the box have something in it when you first come up, so that I know what is. I mean, it looks good
Yeah.
once I click on something, but before I click on something, it's just kind of this empty box, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. Is once again just change. Don't know what that does.
I don't know. There's actually a website that someone in my class built, and I'm doing the test for them, so I actually don't know what that does.
Doesn't seem to do anything, as far as I could tell. Saving throws. These updates don't seem to do anything. Right, that's cool that it scrolls. I guess it's the only one that needs to scroll. Let's go look at the main now. So, yeah, that one doesn't highlight. That's weird. Not sure what these are at all, actually. What the? How did I get from speed to armor? Skill check. Okay, good luck.
Do you feel like you'd be motivated to use the dice on the computer as opposed to like a real dice?
I've used D&D computer dice before.
Okay.
I'm not sure what these buttons do. Don't seem to do anything. Oh. I guess they're... Okay. I would say... That's really weird. I don't know what these do. 18d12. That's a lot. Yeah, I'll change that. Let's see now.
So that's something you think you should be able to change?
I don't know exactly. Yeah, I just don't understand what these buttons are for
Yeah.
at all.
Okay. Okay. We're gonna move on to the one last experiment.
Okay.
So here on PowerPoint, I like just grabbed a bunch of the different labels and buttons, and just like really fast try to identify which buttons go together. I have them shuffled. So like from what we saw on the website, like what makes sense by what the label is called.
Okay.
Like just tell me what groups go together or are related.
Okay. Do you happen to have the like the things that were up top?
Yeah, the menu, like there's main there and there's different stuff.
Yeah, menu here.
Or are any of these labels like do you not understand what they're supposed to refer to? Do you think they'd be more descriptive or better named
Uh,
just by looking at the text of the label?
Trying to remember which ones were the at the top.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm not even sure if this is up top or not, but we're gonna put it up there. Uh, where's the thing I'm looking for?
What thing are you looking for?
I'm looking for like. I feel like I saw it, maybe I didn't. Like skills or something. It's a skill check, but. Um, hmm. This is the equipment with the word change. The update. That's interesting. Thinking about some of this stuff is like, you could stick it here, or you might stick it here.
Yeah, it could go in multiple places.
In fact, you probably could even put it in multiple places, and that wouldn't be the end of the world.
Okay.
Um, some of like the main things like that the character uses, such as like hit points and the amount of gold they have. You might put that into like the main screen or something. The super important things, or like the player name that could go in all of them.
Yeah.
Or just kind of up top, where it just says your name.
Yeah.
Um,
So do you feel like on the website that everything was laid out pretty in a common sense kind of way? That it was okay?
for the most part, yeah, it seemed just fine. Um, feels a lot harder with just the name of the thing instead of with the button.
This is more just like to see if all the labels are labeled in a way that makes sense.
Oh, sorry, my dad is calling.
That's fine. That's good. Thank you so much. I think
Alright.
we're
Is
done
it-
here. So.